Now a few minutes after 10 o'clock. Council members would please report to the council chamber. This is a quorum call. We do have Mr. Bernson, Ms. Mishkowski, Mr. Pacheco, Mr. Padilla, Council President Ferraro. Would the other council members please report to the council chambers, please?
Call the roll.
Burnson, Chick, Fuhr, Galanter, Goldberg, Hernandez, Holden, Miskowski, Pacheco, Padilla, Ridley Thomas, Warnich, Wax, Walters, Ferraro, 10 members present in a quorum, Mr. President.
Okay, the council will please come to order. This is a meeting of the City Council for the City of Los Angeles on the 21st day of July, 1999. There are 15 council districts in the city. The regular meeting days are Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We are currently being viewed by cable subscribers throughout the Los Angeles area on Channel 35, and we're also being monitored by council phone. First order of business.
Approval of the minutes.
Mr. Burnson moves, Mr. Fuhr seconds. There's no objections, unanimous vote. Next item.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
If there's no objections, unanimous vote. We do have a presentation, Mr. Burnson.
This kid needs a bone marrow transplant or he's going to die. So we're trying to get some coverage, on Channel 35, so hopefully somebody will see him bone.
Let's bring Kyle over here.
You want a chair, Hal?
Yeah, bring Kyle over here. Okay. Mr. President, members of the council, this is Kyle Rodas. Kyle is 3 years old. Kyle is suffering from AAL, which is an acute form of leukemia. He's had this since he was 16 months old, and he needs a bone marrow transplant to save his life.
Thank you very much.
There's no comparable bone marrow donor for him, and so therefore we need people to come forward and be tested so that Kyle can survive this terrible disease. This Saturday, Northridge Fashion Center in Northridge is having a bone marrow donor testing and registration drive from 11 a.m. in the morning to 4 p.m. I would urge everyone who sees this broadcast, those watching on Channel 35, you can save this young man's life, and many others as well, because without that, he will not survive. We have Angie Rivero, who's here from the American Red Cross, who will give you a little more information about the type of donor that is needed. So, Angie, would you give the information on this, and please?
Hello. The National Marrow Donor Registry is made up of 3 million people. Of those 3 million people, 7% are Asian Pacific Islander, 5% are Latino, 4% are African American, 3% are Native American Indian, and the Caucasian population makes 70% of the registry. Therefore, since we don't have the representation in the Latino population, Kyle's chances in finding a match are 1,000,000 to 1. Me as a Latina, if I were to get leukemia and need a bone marrow transplant, my chances are also 1,000,000 to 1. So therefore, we are appealing to the community to come forward and register, and you don't necessarily need to be of Latino descent to get on the registry, but we are outpouring to that community. You could be a match for not only Kyle, but any and all patients in need of a bone marrow transplant. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie. For all of you out there, if you hear this, please come forward this Saturday, Northridge Fashion Center. Believe me, there's nothing more damaging than losing a child, and you have an opportunity to save this young life. Thank you very much.
I have something. I wanted to present this to you in grateful appreciation for your support and your compassion for all the families.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Burnson. Ms. Goldberg.
I think before I start, I just also want to say to people that they may think that it's a painful, awful thing to have a bone marrow test. It isn't. It's really less difficult than just having a blood sample taken. I mean, it is a very easy thing. It is not painful. And I know that some people think when they hear the name bone marrow transplant that this is going to be an awful and an ordeal to be tested, to be on the registry. And I've done it, and it isn't, and it doesn't. So thank you. I wanted to bring to your attention, Mr. President and members of the council, that we have representatives here today from the Neighborhood Networks for Kids program sponsored by our own Commission for Children, Youth, and Their Families. These networks are groups of professionals and residents, including young people, whose energies are focused on working with the city to create the best environment for children, youth, and families living, working, or attending school in the neighborhood. Today's program for them is called Civic Awareness Day. It's the beginning step of the Commission's Civic Awareness Institute, which provides an opportunity for those involved in neighborhood networks to learn more about how decisions are made which affect their neighborhoods and how they are made here at the city level. Today, in addition to an overview of city government and introductions in council today, they will have presentations and a working lunch focusing on such topics as implementation of the new city charter, particularly neighborhood councils, health insurance, child care and after-school care, recreation needs, Proposition 10, and of course the important 2000-year census. The information getting today is to provide background and incentives for community action. In the past, and currently, neighborhood networks have been involved with the following issues: beautification, cross-cultural intergroup dialogues, developing recreational outlets such as soccer teams, support and involvement in police advisory groups and activities, developing and supporting school enrichment programs, library advisory boards, and programs to assist the efforts of city council members. Each network is focused on two issues being of primary importance: safety and leadership development. Programs and training for safe crossings, safe passages have been held jointly and in each area. Most recently, a training was held at the Irwin Street School. LAPD and Department of Transportation have conducted training sessions simultaneously in 4 languages: English, Spanish, Armenian, and Russian. It is in their efforts at leadership that the members of the network are here today. They are here to learn about and observe city government, to discuss issues of importance to their families and neighborhoods, as well as issues of importance to city policymakers. We have here today participants from 8 of the 15 council districts. In the interest of time, we will not have each member introduce those from their district, but I will say that we have adults and young people who are residents from districts 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, and 13. I'd like all of them that are here to stand and be recognized by the City Council. Where are you, Neighborhood Networks for Kids? Well, I was asked to read this and introduce them, but they don't seem to be here, so...
Opportunity.
All right. Well, maybe if they come in, we can at least introduce them again. I will not, however, reread the statement that they asked me, since I assume that has informed each of you sufficiently.
That would be appreciated.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item,
Before beginning the regular agenda, you have several items to continue.
yes.
Item number 4, Councilmember Pacheco has requested that that be continued to August 4th.
There's no objection, that will be the order.
Items 6 through 10 are building and safety assessments. The department has requested that those be continued to August 6th.
There's no objection, unanimous vote.
Item number 13, the applicant requests continuance to August 3rd.
There's no objection, unanimous vote.
Item 16, the applicant consents to continuance to July 28th.
There's no objection, unanimous vote.
Item 17, the applicant requests continuance to August 18th.
There's no objection, unanimous vote.
Item number 18, Councilmember Pacheco requests to be continued to October 22nd, and in the meantime, refer the file to his office.
That's item number 18.
Yes, Mr. President.
There's no objection, unanimous vote.
And item number 24, Councilmember Goldberg has requested to be continued to August 4th.
Item 24.
Yes, Mr. President.
There's no objection, unanimous vote. Thank you. Item 23 was a request to be referred to the Housing and Community Redevelopment.
Yes,
Maria?
Mr. President.
Is there any objections to that? Seeing none, that will be the order. Mr. Pacheco, did you have a presentation? Oh, okay. Next item.
Public hearing items, Mr. President. Item number 1 is a hearing and ordinance.
Is there anybody in the chamber who wants to be heard on item number 1? It's a public hearing item. If not, the matter will be continued. The hearing will be continued until August 11th, as well as the ordinance. If there's no objections, that will be the order. Next item.
Item number 2, 2 lighting districts, public hearing.
Anybody in the chamber wants to be heard on those items? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Any discussion on 2 or 3? If not, Mrs. Walters moves. Please prepare the roll on 2 and 3. Tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Well, those are ordinances? Yes. We are expecting 12. No, I don't know. I don't know if Ms. Galanter's coming in. Oh, no, that's right, we don't. Those ordinances will go over 1 week. Members of the council, we have in our chamber today a member of the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea. She's the vice president and the National Congress of New Politics. It's Mrs. Shin, Nanyum Shin. Mrs. Shin, would you please be standing, your delegation? I had the opportunity to meet with her earlier today, and we want to welcome you to our city council chamber. She was brought here by Sid Colin Thrall, who for over 100 years worked for the city of Culver City, and we want to thank him for bringing in these distinguished visitors. Mrs. Shin, we hope you enjoy your visit to Los Angeles. Thank you. Okay, the next item.
Item number 5 is a public hearing item. You have a card.
Yeah, Julie Kleinnick and Richard Schneider. Mrs. Kleinnick, did you want to be heard on item 5?
Good morning. I'm just here to speak in favor of the soon-to-be-formed Business Improvement District, the media bid in Hollywood. I'm here speaking on behalf of one of the property owners, and both of us that are here speaking in favor, so.
Okay, Richard
Schneider.
Did you want to be heard? You seem to be in favor of the proposal too.
Good reputation. Yes, we support the BID. It's essential to our operation.
Okay. As you know, this is one of those items where there has to be a second hearing, which will be August 18th. And so there's a motion, Ms. Goldberg moves to continue until August 18th, 1999.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much for your service.
Thank both these individuals and several others who couldn't be here today for their incredible leadership in organizing what will be, I think, the first media district that's a business improvement district, and it crosses between both CD4 and CD13, and both our offices, I know I'm speaking for the President as well, are very appreciative of the volunteer efforts of you and many of your colleagues to get this formulated. We're very excited about it.
And we appreciate your support as well.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
coming. Okay, the next item.
Item number 11 is the building and safety assessment. I need a motion to receive and file inasmuch as the assessment has been paid.
All right, Mrs. Chick moves. If there's no objections, unanimous vote on receiving the file. Next item.
Item number 12 is also a building and safety assessment, public hearing item.
Is there anybody in the chamber who wants to be heard on item 12? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Any discussion on this? If not, Mrs. Walters moves. Prepare the roll. Tabulate the vote.
Can we, Mr. President? I've just been asked to hold the item, so could we hold it on the desk for a bit till the end of the meeting?
Okay, then. Okay, item number 12 will be held on the desk, called special. Next item.
Next item, number 14, Mr. President.
Item 14, is there any discussion, anybody want to be heard on item 14? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Any discussion? All right, we have a motion from Mr. Fuhr. Prepare the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
That is approved. The next item,
Item number 15 is also public hearing.
is there anybody in the chamber wants to be heard on item 15? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Is any discussion on 15? Mr. Fuhr moves on 15. Prepare the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Okay. Item number 12, Mrs. Waller says the owner of the property is here. Can she come forward?
Mr. Collins. The President's calling on her to speak if she wishes to speak at this time.
Did you want to be heard on item number 12?
Yes, my name is Christine Hicks, and I was wondering, would it be possible to continue this for 2 weeks?
Mrs. Waller, she wants it continued for 2 weeks. Is there, you want to get,
The department tells me, Mr. President, that that's okay to continue it 2 weeks. It's okay with them. That's okay.
Waller's moves that item 12 be continued 2 weeks. There's no objections. Unanimous vote. Next item.
Thank you.
Items for which public hearings have been held, items 19 through 25.
Any specials? We have some cards on 25. I know we've had public hearings in the past, but let's call it special. 19 through 24, any,
18 special. 19 has two reports.
okay, 19 has 2 different reports, and we'll call that special. 20, 21, and 22. If there's no discussion, prepare the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
That is approved. Forthwith on 22. 19, we have 2 reports, the Arts, Health, and Humanities, and Budget and Finance. Is my understanding Budget and Finance should be?
That's fine. Yeah, move budget.
All right, is there any
19.
any discussion on 19? Mr. Fuhr moves Budget Committee. If not, prepare the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
That is approved. Next item.
Items for which public hearings have not been held, items 26 through 46.
Are there anybody in the chamber wants to be heard on any of those items? 26 through 46? If not, public hearing is closed. Are there any specials? 38 is called special. Huh? 26 through 46. All right, we need a motion to receive and file on 28 and 30, and Mr. Fuhr moves. There's no objections. Those will be, and 34 also. 34, 28, and 30 are received and filed. And we have 26, 27, 29, 31 through 33, 35 through 37, 39, 40 through 46. Prepare the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Those are approved. Forthwith on 45. Next item.
Next item, Mr. President, is the closed session.
We'll leave that on the desk.
On the continued agenda, item number 48.
48, is there Mrs. Chick, you asked that this be continued one day yesterday? Yes. Item 48? Any all right, then, all right, are you here on 48?
Yes, Mr. President.
Well, let's hear it and get it over with. Gail Bernstein? We haven't done 25 yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ms. Bernstein.
Mr. President and Council, I was before you yesterday in regards to 6615 Darby. The building, we have had the building since May. And I have been before the general manager in regards to this property. And in June, the building was put into the partial reprogram. Today's agenda is whether or not the building be put into the full program. By putting this building into a full program, you take more than half of the income of this property away to do the work and repairs at the property. I met with Frank Bush yesterday. I met with one of the other city inspectors. We went through the property. The original list that I was given on 4/20/99 of repairs that need to be made at the property, all of those repairs were made. We had an inspection on the 8th of July, and there was an additional list, which I hold before you, additional list of things that needed to be complied with. Because my first experience with this program started in June, the original list of repairs was not made clear to me. I repaired everything on the list that they gave me, but at yesterday's meeting or yesterday's inspection, it was made quite clear to me that additional items which were given to me were also included. And if we're going to be involved in a program whereby we repair properties, those of us who are in those positions, we need to be made fully aware that when an inspector comes out and says, you need an air conditioner in 101, he also means that if there's an air conditioner in 104 or 106 that needs to be repaired, that also is included, although it is not in the written report. And because I've never been exposed to this program before June, I was not aware that it also meant other units. So when given this program's repair list, I complied with everything that was on the original list.
Gail, thank you, Ms. Bernstein, and we'll have somebody from the department respond. Can you respond to some of the charges that she made?
Yes, I was out there. My name is Frank Bush. I'm with the senior housing inspector with the housing department. I was out there yesterday afternoon for an inspection with Inspector Gary Payton. We went through every unit that was accessible. There were about 4 that we couldn't get into. The original items that are on the notice to comply that was issued, I believe in January, have not been done. Yesterday, they were installing a water heater. They've got that going yesterday. It was installed. There was some work in progress when we were there at the site, but the original items, not all of the original items have been taken care of. We have plumbing leaks. We have, in each of the units, we have habitability issues in each one of them. We have some, I don't know if you want me to go into detail on every unit on it, or no, but we have roach infestation in a number of the kitchens and bathrooms, and there are quite a few violations in the units that were on the original notice to comply.
Okay, Mrs. Chick?
Yes, out of respect for, I believe, not the property owner, but someone representing the property management, I had asked for this to be held over one day. but since then have talked with Mr. Bush, with whom I have a long-standing working relationship. He formerly was a building and safety inspector in the West San Fernando Valley and very involved in setting up our citywide problem property resolution team. I'm rather appalled by the contradictory statements that we've heard from our public speaker, and very much feel, colleagues, that we need to move forward today with the action recommended by our city staff. This is a building that has been long in disrepair, is substandard living conditions for the predominant number of its tenants, has a long laundry list of problems ranging from roach infestation, tub and shower walls damaged, in unit after unit. And I think you all remember how unanimously we determined that we were dedicated to the task of bringing our existing housing stock up to decent, habitable standards, very often for those of our residents who can least afford to move and to look for better living quarters. So I eagerly look forward to continuing to work with the Housing Department. I urge the Speaker to, with all expediency, comply with the very clear-cut orders to bring these units up to acceptable standards, and at that time, we'll look forward to removing the property from any penalties, including the REAP program. Colleagues, I ask for your unanimous support.
Anyone else want to be heard? Public hearing is closed. Anyone else want to be heard? If not, prepare the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
That is approved. Next item.
Item number 25, special, there's a card.
Actually, we have several cards, but we'll have a 5-minute public hearing. Is this Frederica Cooper, Carolyn Spencer, Tom McCarthy, and Jerry Newman? Would you please Frederica Cooper, did you want to be heard or not? We'll take the center microphone, please.
Last week, when the board was hearing this, the Board of Public Safety Commissioners was hearing this item, Meg Monahan spoke to the failure of the developers to provide an temporary access road, and the commissioners kindly put that back on the table. Also, at that time, the commissioner stated, "You've put the residents in a pretty crummy position," I quote. "Are there some positive things you can do for the residents?" So the two issues I wish to speak to are the failure to provide an access road and the measures that they might take to compensate the neighbors. The access road, Orchid was the only direct route across Franklin into our neighborhood of only 3 entrances to our neighborhood from Franklin. So the lack of that access road, plus the closure of Orchid, has put a tremendous burden on everyone that lives in the neighborhood. Mr. Newman, at that hearing, mentioned that they had flyered our neighborhood with regard to a hearing and that only 4 people had showed up. The reason that only 4 people showed up is that the very people that the closure of that road inconveniences most, which are the people who have to leave the neighborhood to make a living, are the people who cannot be at these meetings. They're the most concerned, the most energetic, and the most inclined to be at this sort of thing. We had over 100 people at an evening meeting 2 weeks ago. So I wanted to just mention that item.
Okay.
Plus, I want to say that as far as compensation for our neighborhood, what we really need is real neighborhood protection in the form of security patrols for the neighborhood to deal with the influx of people that is already tremendously on the rise. We had a murder in our neighborhood several weeks ago, a drug-related murder, And also, we need guards in perpetuity at the entrances to the community to deal with cut-through traffic and project-related traffic. And
Okay.
those are the two things that I would like Trizicon, the developer, to provide for the neighborhood,
Okay, thank you.
starting immediately.
Carol Spencer, and then Tom McCarthy. You realize that there have been public hearings on this, and we're allowing you this special public hearing.
Yes, sir, thank you. My name is Karen Spencer, by the way. I am representing over, well, several hundreds of the residents in the Hollywood community who could not get off from their jobs to be here. As you know, we endured years of construction from Metro Rail. We have Trizicon for 2 years, and then we have another development starting January 3rd of 2000. This is in a 3-block radius of where we live. You've heard about the traffic gridlock, you've heard about the constant horns honking, about the frustrated commuters, the foul language that we listen to. I have tenants that have balconies that have not been able to use them. The dust is overcoming us. But the thing about it is, this is not a normal neighborhood. We have the Hollywood Bowl, we have the world premieres, we have the star dedication, we have filming. We're not a normal neighborhood where a Saturday construction would be okay. That's why when we had the hearings and the meetings, it was decided that the community could only endure 10 Saturdays during this 2-year construction period. And just to go off a little bit on this, we had a 3-car crash on Orchid that is a cul-de-sac now, from frustrated drivers trying to make the U-turn and got out and had a fist fight. Again, the neighbors had to deal with that. We're not asking you to vote against Trizicon today. We're asking you to ask them for another solution to this problem. They are supposed to be working from 7:30 in the morning until 6 at night. I will tell you that Monday at 4 p.m. there was no one in the hole. There was no one working. At 4:40 yesterday, there were only 12 people working and only one bulldozer. So rather than let this spill out into our Saturdays, we're asking you to just ask them to find another solution to their problem.
Okay.
We should not have to endure that.
All right, thank you very much. Tom McCarthy, and then Jerry Newman.
Mr. President, council members, my name is Jerry Newman. Tom McCarthy and I are both available for questions if the council has any. I have supplied a letter to the council identifying some of the issues that were asked of the Public Safety Committee to respond to the type of mitigations that Trizicon has provided. I will let that letter speak for us. In the event there are any additional questions as to either the access road issue or as to any other mitigations that we need to put in place, I'd be happy to respond to them.
Okay, thank you. Actually, Ms. Goldberg, you want to be heard?
Yes, we are all aware that construction of a project this site is not going to be easy, and that's why before we even supported this, we required a number of mitigations, which are listed, some of which are listed on page 2 and 3 of the letter you have. But the most important ones, I think, from my point of view, is we established impact mitigations for hauling vehicles, including covering, wetting, and reducing the amounts of hauling materials within each load so as to minimize dust and debris emissions from trucks as they leave the project area. The funding in excess of $1.3 million in mitigation programs for Orchid Avenue Business Owner Association, Hollywood Heights Homeowners Association, and Outpost Homeowners Association, which are the neighbors most closely in proximity to this project. They're going to retime all existing traffic signals as well as establish all the new traffic signals far beyond the area that would normally be required in a project like this, including Franklin Avenue. Also, they went to the step at our request to get a variance from Cal OSHA so that backup beepers do not have to be heard during the nighttime construction, so they have flagged people, and a limitation to the hours on Saturday to reflect the hours requested by the adjacent communities. Nothing that we will do will mitigate all of the problems, and I know that. I'm a frequent user personally of that particular area. both because I go shopping and do entertainment in that area, and I know that it is difficult. So I do not wish to minimize that issue. But the problem is that without Saturday hauling, there are a real likelihood that the project timelines in terms of the bonding that we've all are a part of would not be met, and that could be a real serious problem for the city as well as for the developer. So it is reluctantly, but nonetheless with the understanding that this has been a humongous effort in terms of trying, that's a word of art, humongous, an enormous effort in trying to mitigate all of the issues. And my concern is that the project get done on time so that people's lives will go back to normal in that area, and I think we have to support it, and so I do support and ask for your support for the report that's here from you from Public Safety.
Mrs. Chick, did you want to be heard?
Simply to support the comments of my colleague, we agree that it would be better if hauling didn't and construction didn't have to occur on Saturdays, but that isn't the case. We asked to have the LAPD and the fire department confirm that there were no problems for their being able to access the community, and we also confirmed that in fact there is an access road. These were some issues raised after we had heard from Trizicon earlier in the meeting, and as chair of the committee and with my colleagues, stand with the council member from the 13th to ask you all to give approval with what's before you. Thank you.
They did reduce the operations on Saturday. So, okay, then we have item number 25 before us. Prepare the roll. Tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
That is approved. We'll send that forthwith. Next item,
Item number 38, call special.
Mr. Fuhr.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just very briefly, I'd like to amend the recommendations to include a direction to the controller to look at the city's departments and review the extent to which when our upfront transfers of funds from the general fund have in fact been reimbursed by those departments and the mayor's office as well in the course of the last year. I know there have been some questions raised to that effect. I think it's useful for us to know that information, and with that I move the item forward.
Okay, is there any objections to that amendment? If not, we have 38 as amended. Prepare the roll. Tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
That is approved. Forthwith on that. Next item.
This is the time for comments from the public on non-agenda items.
We have Frederica Cooper and Jim Pickrell. Mr. Pickrell, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Jim Pickrell. I'm making a public comment relating to the open access issue which was discussed in the Technology Committee yesterday evening.
I can't hear you.
I'm the president of Brandex Internet. We're an independently owned internet service provider. We've been serving Los Angeles, Orange, and Ventura counties since 1994. If you sign up with Brandex Internet, you can say, I made the comparison and I chose Brand X. Our customers include Johnson Controls, the Archdiocese of Los Angeles, Bishop Amat High School, and many others. As for my background, besides running an internet service, I have a master's from UCLA and I taught at UCLA for 3 years. I've been on KPFK a couple of times, including yesterday evening, and I was also on CNN with Lou Dobbs on Moneyline talking about the internet. At Brandex Internet, we believe Los Angeles needs open access now. There's no technical barrier to open access on the cable system for internet. The lines are already there, and if we can get access to the lines, we're ready to start offering cable modem access today. When the cable companies were granted monopolies, it was so that they could provide cable television services. They didn't get monopolies so that they could take control of high-speed local access to the internet. These companies have a franchise. They go through public property, they go through public rights-of-way, when it goes to a public trust. With it goes a public trust, a responsibility to the people who live in this city who gave them the franchise in the first place. I don't think they've taken that responsibility seriously. I have Century Cable at home, and the reception is terrible. There's static, and the picture wobbles, and sometimes it goes out completely. The cabling isn't professionally done. You can go out in the alley behind my apartment, and there are all these cables stapled up and down the side of the building and hanging out all over the place. It's a joke. Now they're telling you that they need a monopoly in order to provide cable modem internet service. It's simply not true. What they really mean is they need a monopoly so they can make more money. I was shocked yesterday when I saw the people testifying in front of the Technology Committee. I was shocked because I saw witnesses who had been paid by AT&T to come in and recite nonsense that had been written by AT&T advertising people. I heard a couple of these people say that AT&T needs a monopoly so they can do build-out and construct infrastructure. That's simply not true. You can go out and buy cable modems. They're not expensive. The cables are already there. We know how to provide internet access, and that's all you really need. It's just a matter of who is going to have access to these cables. Yesterday I heard several people talk about the high cost of setting up cable modem access. I don't think these people know what they're talking about.
We allow 3 minutes, and your 3 minutes are up, Mr. Pichel.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'll wrap up then. Basically, we know how to provide internet access on the cable system, and the claim that they've been making that no one will provide internet access if AT&T doesn't have a monopoly is simply not true. If they open things up, we'll be the first ones in line. Thank you.
Thank you. Frederica Cooper.
Mr. President, I may be a little out of order here, but I noticed that you aren't even listening to this commentary, nor did you listen when I spoke before or when Karen Spencer spoke to these issues.
Yes, we did. You want security, you want the guards at your properties, and we listened to you.
Well, there was a call to Trisicon to come up with some measures. They did not, number one. Number two, there were a number of fallacious statements made. Ms. Goldberg stated that the waiver for the beepers was applied for. It was not applied for as agreed to in the mitigation. It was only applied for after we had pointed out to them that months later, that they had not applied for it, and when they did apply for it, it was incorrectly applied for. And secondly, where is this access road that you're saying exists? It does not exist. At least the Board of Building and Safety Commissioners listens to our comments and responds in a human and humane way. And I would like to know what Trisicon has come up with in the way of compensatory measures.
Well,
and I'd like that issue addressed.
I'll have them talk to you, Mrs. Cooper. Thank you very much. Okay, that's all the cards we have, so the public comment period is closed. Ms. Goldberg, you have an introduction again? Again?
Not the same one. I brought Frank Bush.
Well, I do here somewhere. Well, I'll just introduce him. I introduced you when you weren't here, ladies and gentlemen, because I unfortunately was not aware that you were not to appear in council until 10:30, so my apologies. But my colleagues did hear the introduction, and now, would all of the people here who are here for the Networks for Kids from the 8 council districts I mentioned earlier, would you please stand so that the council can see you and recognize your attendance here this morning. Welcome. We want to thank you for taking your time. Young people and a little less young people who are taking your time to help make this city a better place for children and youth and their families, and for learning more about how the government of the city works, and also to inform us about the things that you think are necessary to make the city of Los Angeles a better place for you and your families to live in. So we appreciate your coming this morning, and welcome to City Hall. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Ms. Goldberg. Okay, the next item.
Mr. President, do you wish to clear the desk before recessing to the special council meeting and closed session?
Yeah, we have a closed session on our regular agenda, and then we have a special meeting, which is also a closed session. But we'll ask if there's anybody on the special meeting, anybody wants to be heard on that item. It's regarding the Los Angeles Community Development Bank.
Mr. President, before they come up, at the request of Mr. Hernandez, who is on jury duty and who is going to try to be here on Friday, I'd like us to have that special closed session on Friday, if we could, though, if there are people who here want to be heard.
We have no cards on it, then. So.
Oh, okay.
So you want to continue them?
Just till Friday, because he wants to be here. He and I heard it in committee. It is somewhat complex, and I personally would love to have him here as well.
Okay.
To help explain this.
What's the attendance Friday?
You have several people excused to leave early. Otherwise, there'll be 13 people here.
Okay.
All right. Well, maybe we can...
Well, let's, first of all, we have to go into
Okay.
special session.
Maybe we could hear staff today and make a decision on Friday. I mean, I just know that Mr. Hernandez really does want to be here to...
We got to go into closed session anyway, so.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I want to remind everybody that there's only 10 members left on the council today, and if anybody leaves, it's a broken quorum. We don't want to set bad examples for the new members by leaving when you're supposed to be here until the end of the meeting. But I don't care if you've been excused. You shouldn't be excused when the council meeting's in session. Yeah.
Subjective invocation of
That
when
isn't
rules are to be
subjective, that's the
imposed.
truth.
No,
That is
the
the
question
truth.
is, I am excused, sir, whether you like it or not.
Well, we'll
And the
make
point
sure that
is,
in the
when we are
future,
excused,
we may
then
not
why is
excuse
it-
you as often as you want to be
Well,
excused.
Mr. Ferraro, the rules are what they are, and all of us should abide by them.
That's
I'm
right.
excused
And the
anyway.
rules are you're supposed to attend council meetings, Mr. Ridley Thomas.
Mr. Ferraro.
Okay.
It's interesting to me that persons can be excused and you choose not to comment on it. In this instance, you do.
Well,
And I think that's
usually
very
it's the
interesting.
people that don't get excused that often, and when people who do not break quorums. So if
I
you want to
see.
break a quorum, go ahead and leave.
No, I
Mr.
wish to be excused, and I do not wish to be harassed by
No,
my
you're not being harassed.
What
You're
is it? What is it?
just
Tell
a
me what it is,
poor
Mr. Ferraro.
sport.
Tell me what it is, Mr. Ferraro. Why isn't it that there aren't other persons who are called forward when they're excused, Mr. Ferraro? Why? Because
Well, they
of the
don't break
subjective
quorums,
way-
though. We've
Well,
had people who were excused and they will
was
not break
anybody
a
else
quorum.
excused? We had 11 members here.
Okay, you're out of order. Next item.
Well, let me just ask a question. Point of order. I'll play by the rules. Was anyone else excused? We had 11 members here.
Yes, they were all, Mr. Burnson was excused to go to MTA at 11 o'clock. Are you going to MTA? Go ahead. Okay, then we'll adjourn the meeting for a lack of a quorum. Is the closed session, is a closed session any problem? Yeah. Mr. Ridley Thomas, you're wonderful. You're just wonderful. Okay, the meeting will be adjourned.